corporate doctors, whatever you want to call it, how, you know, they were just, the lifestyle they was living, you know. I'm not saying that all doctors and stuff, so you won't be looking at your doctor like they're crazy when you go in there. But, you know, sometimes people, you know, place a lot of judgment, I mean, on people when they hear, like, because we hear it all the times with people who are in entertainment and whatnot, and they're actually interviewing them, and they're like, so I heard you were sleeping with this person, and that person was sleeping with that person, and y'all all was sleeping together, and this and that. But I'm like, that's nobody's business.
Amen.
For the record, all of us don't do that. For the record, all of us don't do that.
Like, I was in the military, so I didn't see a lot, done a lot. So I'm very intrigued to hear that,
so have you done
that point of view. I probably have done a few of that, but I'm very intrigued to like see like where this goes, because like I have. Can you stop? I'm sorry. My mom, she really
She want to know, did you try?
It goes really deeper into it, you know, the actual, you know, as you go into the book, you know, because it takes you on that journey of how they actually got into the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to recruit anybody. It's just that I just want people I just want people to understand it and stop side-eyeing people when they find out they live that lifestyle. Because what's for you is for you. What's for me is for me. And you know, it just go on. Yeah, live your life.
I was in the Navy and I have seen certain things, and so I feel like hearing your point of view will help me to like really grasp to see it in a different it in a different view. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I have a question actually too. When you were mentioning, you were mentioning about entertainment and you working in entertainment. Is that when you actually experienced this, or actually once you came out of it, or did you see any of that during your entertainment time? Because there's a lot goes on when you out there, and you know, when you rapping and all that. Yeah, everybody's coming up to you, and so.
Well, being in the entertainment world, like I was really young when I was out on the road, and my mom was with me all the time. And I think I didn't get a lot of gigs because my mom was with me. And this just to be real, because a lot of children my age that started in the game were like pretty much pimped out in the entertainment world. You know, they, you know, in order to get this record deal, that record deal, they want you to sleep with this person, do this with that person, and that stuff is real. So, I mean, I was in a situation with that. I was supposed to sign with Atlantic Records. When I left Island Records, I was going to sign with Atlantic Records. Went all the way to Boston. I had mine with me, but they didn't know, you know, and it was like, well, you know, we're going to hang out, you know, go with New Edition to the studio and all that kind of stuff, you know, and really convinced my mom to, you know, chill at the hotel. I had my cousin with me. And we went out, we was in the studio, no audition, all that. And that night, you know, that's when he wanted to slip in and wanted to, you know, do something. You know, slip in, dip in, get it in. But I wasn't with it, like, you know. And I didn't even see him that next morning to take us back to the train station or nothing. The deal, like, it was just over after that. So a lot of people, you know,
so you were protected from that lifestyle because of your mom. So
a lot of people fall into it. They slip into those cracks. She didn't even know about it. but she was there. A lot of people slip into those cracks though. And you know,
that part.
And they want the career so bad they do anything for it. Yeah.
Knowledge is power. And for a lot of us that may look at this sideways, behind our closed doors, us old schoolers who claim we're just like straighter than 6 o'clock, you'd be surprised what you think about our so frigid husbands and wives. And for those who looking at this like, yeah, yada, 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 you know, what you're bringing to us is openness. Not that we may do it, but you'd be surprised. Even with me, with Miss Kitty, she would tell me there was times she wouldn't even think about a toy. Now it's like Santa little elves up in our day. Like toys, you know.
Dropping out the closet.
When I first met her, you know, I tried to slip her porn. She said, "No way." Now we have Pornhub nights.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it may not be for everybody, but our children. This book is going to mean. I believe if you read your book, and then when a child or a teenager, someone asks you, you'll be sitting there looking so frigid and, you know, you have something to lean on, so I applaud this. And
Thank you.
It doesn't mean that, you know, we gotta be whatever, but knowledge is power.
Right.
You perish from what you don't know. And you'd be surprised all the ones talking about what they won't do. Be a fly on one of these walls later on tonight. We'll make your book look like it was.
Yeah, they be the first ones. The first ones with two of them in their mouth at the same time. But earlier it was like never, you know. So this book is really to make people just be real with it. And if it's not you, then that's fine too. But you know, if it's something that you're intrigued about, then learn about it.
Or to know about it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not KKK, but I know what they do. I'm aware of who they are. You know, there's so many things that you don't know of, but you need to know of.
Right.
And this may be one of those things, because as you see, we're surrounded by so many different people. And if I know you, if I get to know you, I can understand you. You know, I can be a part of you. We're all the same, but we're different.
Yeah.
Because our great-great-grandfather's still named Adam. Y'all catch that later?
Yeah, that is so true, Rockweiler. You know, and you know what you said about the toys and everything earlier. It amazes me. Like some people I have, you know, some women, and you know that I've come across, and you know, and we talk about certain things, talk about toys. Some women say, I would never have a toy in my. And guess what? Trust me, you the prophet, your man, and you know, and if you two can sit and talk, not saying that you have to do everything for him or he do everything for you. It got to be some compromise in between, and to make each other happy, because you're maturing and you're growing and you want to do new things, explore new things. And I'd rather for him to do it with me than to go outside the back door and do it somewhere else, because everybody has those urges and needs.
And diabetes. Are we going to talk about this? Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, once I found out she invited that, like, yeah, I wouldn't attend that. And just to show you how powerful this is, when I started seeing what my diabetes was doing to me, because back in the day, it used to be hard enough to cut diamonds. Y'all catch that later. But now, I can whip out my lightsaber, and I'm master of the universe, man. She said, oh, give me. And I'm going to ram some Angel with Rockweiler, the giant guy with a So it does work.
Yeah.
It does work. And I'm glad you put it out there so we can learn about it. We got to be involved in it. Just
Right. And you'd be surprised what your significant other is thinking, and sitting there wondering what he's thinking. I wonder what he's thinking. But if you open the lines of communication with one another, you know, y'all can stop thinking and be about it. You know what I'm saying? Any other questions? Keep that, keep Shelly. This is Philadelphia Oprah right here, Shelly Williams.
So if your children read this book and they decide, hey, I think the lifestyle is really good, would you be opposed to it, or would you be sensitive and judgmental?
All right, now we talking about children, because I did speak earlier.
You got grown children. Well,
I mean, they're grown. So the only time if I'm speaking on anything, my children is 20 and up. And that's my son over there, he's 21. And I really feel what they do sexually is their business. It's not for me. You know, I'm not going to sit there and talk my sex life to my kids, and you know, I don't expect it from me either, unless they really need to know something. You know, I'm open to talk to them about anything. I've been like that since they were younger. I took him, to the clinic and said, listen, ask for a bag and they're gonna give it to you. You know. when I saw the eyes started to wander, I sat and I talked to him about, sex. I mean, I had really deep discussions and showed them nasty coochie videos to show them what it looked like if you don't wear a condom with all the sores on it and everything. I mean, I was really real with them. Like, you can't sugarcoat this thing because it can be pleasurable, but at the same time be dangerous too. So, you have to be real informative. So whatever they need to know, I'll tell them. But they at the age now that they, they having kids. So,
What did they think about your book? Like, speaking to
Well, my daughter, she read the book. He didn't read the book. And my daughter, she pretty much, she was into it like loving hip hop. Like, she called me like, well, I think he was, and this and that, and this and that, which was, it was a compliment. It was a compliment to me. She didn't say, "Ew, Mom, what you doing?" But, like it was when they found my record for the first time. That was a different story. But they were young and on YouTube, and they found Yvette's Revenge, which start out with the potty mouth, and they all looking at me like, well, how old were you? Because they know they weren't allowed to, talk like that in my house. So, but that it was pretty cool when she read it.
And I was thinking that's the other thing that they might have. That's the other thing.
Yeah, she's 20. She'll be 28 next week.
And being in the entertainment, that might have been the other thing they weren't expecting your mom to be with you because of the fact that you was like, and how you came out. So they were surprised. So that's what, they was ready to go at you. Okay. I see it.
It was like, oh, you tell me I can't curse, but how old were you?
Yeah, and you, so they didn't expect.
And I was like, it doesn't matter. This is my house. And these are my rules. And we're going to stick to it. Any other questions? Come on. Okay, come on over here.
Okay, my question has to be like what the lifestyle is like now. Because back in the 1900s, when we had to stumble upon this stuff, it was a little different than now. You can Google, click, look up anything and everything now. So how would you say the lifestyle has changed in 2020 versus 1999?
1999, around that time when I found out about it, it's just being in that circle and that clique, to know where the next party was, get together. And to be honest with you, at these parties and get-togethers, it's not what you think, it's not a thing. I mean, your mouth might be open with certain things you might say, but when you go to these parties, it's not for you to just engage in anything. You're not pushed to engage. No means no. When they tell you that when you walk in this door, if anybody touch you, be throwing them out. Because everybody's fantasies are different. Everybody's fantasies is not, and this was in the 1999, and even still to today, they strict with these rules when you fall into this secret sexual society. No means no, because you have people who are there who don't want to be touched, don't want to engage in anything. Them and their significant other, like Rockwaller said, they want to see a live porno. They tired of watching it on TV. They want to see the mistakes. They want to see, they want to see, how it really happens. How long it really happens. Because with the pornos, they just play it over and over and over again. And they seem like it's long, but, at some of these lifestyle parties, they be in and like, and out, or they can decide to take another partner in, or some people just want you to watch them, and it's just some people that just, like I said, want to watch. Some people just want to go party because it's really, it's a real fun club because all of the parties is a club scene. It's a club first, and then whatever happens later can happen later. I mean, some of y'all that's older too is familiar with Studio 54 in New York. That's exactly what this whole thing is. It's like Woodstock back in the day. This is the new lifestyle.
WGFB-FM radio.
So are you ready?
Yeah. How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
What they did.
No, I haven't came across that.
I know some stuff.
You want to talk about it? Come on up here. We got things.
So when she went, somebody told that she was dead.
Now I will say I have, went to one of these clubs and ran into some people, and they want to run the other way, like, oh shoot, there goes, and I felt the same way too, like, oh shoot, let me run this way. But when you think about it, you all there for the same thing, You all there to, to learn something, see something, and some people be about something.
Somebody tell somebody else that, did you know that such and such does such and such? And they got a girl, and they got this, and they got this. Somebody told the whole business.
Really?
And I know all of them.
I mean, and I can see that happening because nobody's perfect. And you do get these people who do go in there, but you're not supposed to. That's why when you go into these places, they don't even want you to take a cell phone. You're not allowed a cell phone. You gotta lock it up, leave it at the door because they want to protect people, and respect their space and what they do. So that person right there was too immature to be there. They shouldn't even have been there.
Right.
You just know I don't tell nobody. I just have it all in
You
my
just
head.
did. I didn't tell who it is though. But I told you don't know the school. You all know who it is.
You all know who it is.
But if it's somebody that's your best friend, because I ran into somebody in the club, and and if I'm with somebody that I trust with my own stuff, it may be mentioned. But if you're just going out blabbing it, to everybody, then you're too immature to be there. Yeah. Anybody else? Questions?
Hey, but a more of a statement. The 90s, the 80s, when drugs and debauchery and everything was going down, a lot of this was being done, and it wasn't saying the secret club, because, guys ain't gonna say it, We've been in situations where it's been 4 or 3 of us, and everybody just did their thing, and it's been done a lot. And if the meter was running in this room right now, you would see some secret clubs that happened. We was so once again, I applaud you because this happens. And back to the kids, no, not the kids, but we see a lot of things now. I wish we would have taught or made our children aware of. And give them an opportunity, because people feel bad about I ain't be doing this right, but it's happening, and it's happening around us, and a lot of us have been involved in our little things when everybody's drinking and smoking and on and listening to that song. The next thing you know, we doing it, I guess they organize. But instead of looking down, I think we should be made aware. They say my people perish for lack of knowledge. What you don't know can kill you. So I think it should be applauded.
Thank you. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's why I just want people to get comfortable with just communicating with one another. That's really, my goal. Because that's where part 3 leads you into that. How competition, it can be really, enticing to your significant other just because of that lack of communication with one another on what exactly your needs are. If you have wants and needs, nobody should be able to fulfill that but your significant other. Like you shouldn't have to go outside to find it because you're scared of what they're going to say or whatnot. You got to realize that you are growing, you are maturing, you're growing, and your sexual needs may change. And if it stayed the same way from the time you met, like you got some people that have been with people since in their early 20s. So if you're still doing it like you're doing it in your early 20s, not to say you got to bring somebody in, but you just got to, you got to be more creative, in what you're doing.
You don't look down on masturbating with your little jet.
Yeah, I've heard that too. That's bad.
And if you were gay, you in the back room. We came out of the dark ages. Not saying that, but where we're at with this this is where we're supposed to be with it. We should know this. Remember, if I was gay, I was in the back room until I turned 21. Remember them years? Remember them years? We used to do that.
And people who had disabilities, you know,
Yes.
they have them in the back room.
Yes.
As if they were, you know, but secretly somebody else is doing shit. But so that's pretty much what my book is about. And plus, it's very entertaining. It's realistic. You know, who've been to college, you gonna think back on someone you knew. These two type of girls, you like. I used to know those type of chicks, you know, or my girlfriend was that type of chick, or something like that, you know. So I hope you all can relate to it. You know, in some kind of way. Part one, it doesn't, it don't take you there, into the lifestyle. That's later on, as they get older and mature, and just trying to find ways to save their marriage. But other than that, this one right here is the beginning, and I hope you love it. It make you want to buy part 2, and then part 3. Yeah. And we're gonna watch this on Netflix. Yeah. We're gonna watch this on Netflix later, okay? All right, so I'm gonna take some pictures with everybody. I want pictures with everyone.